What's up? Welcome to another episode of Crime Pays but Botany Doesn't. This is Tony. I'm here in beautiful South Texas. It's February 1st. It's already hot as fucking. Today I'm about to kill my 27th lawn, so here we go. Now, as you can see, the homeowners have already started. We did a good job slowly killing it, but there is still some lawn left. You can see there's probably actually, 2 or 3 different species of grass here. Including Bermuda grass, of course, which can be a real bad one to kill. You're probably going to have to spray it. Some people think that, glyphosate is akin to depleted uranium. I try to avoid using it at all costs, but with some plants you have to, and certainly in restoration. It's just as simple as that, all right? I mean, the fucking things you're exposed to just breathing the air next to a large freeway are probably more toxic for you than glyphosate. That said, selective use, responsible use, is kind of a necessity. So anyway, you can see we've killed some of this. We're gonna just, dog piss, neglect, drought, these are what we've done already. We removed some of this by hand, just using the sharpshooter shovel method, but we still got a lot to go. This whole section, and for that, we're gonna employ the good old sod cutter, which was rented from one of the big box store tool rental places nearby. Some people say, you could just lay down cardboard to smother the shit. You can do that, I guess, but why around? Wait, you're still gonna have little pieces that survive. Get it all at once. Start with a blank palette, blank canvas, then you can go to town plan sheet. You can see right here we already got the mulch dropped, so we're good to go. Let's get it started. God, fucking thing sounds like a wheezing geriatric on its last legs. They said this doesn't get rented out too much. You got too many people planting lawns down here rather than taking them. But either way, you got to hit that little red. Every model's different. I prefer the Billy Goat. You hit that little red ignition switch, open the fuel valve, close the choke, pull the fucking string, let it warm up. We're gonna let it warm up, then we're gonna get to work. See, now as you can see, it kind of feels like an overgrown shake weight. But either way, it does give a nice vibration and a handle. So what we're gonna do, I didn't rinse the gas. I want to hop it. It doesn't want to move, so I gotta lean into it. You really gotta lean into it. Now, I just want to mention the smell of the gas is permeating the air. It's making me nostalgic and sentimental, reminiscent of the now defunct Chicagoland amusement park, Kittyland, which used to be located in beautiful Maywood, Illinois. I just had a flashback I had to share with you. Let's keep going. Okay, now as you can see, we did go a little deep with the blade depth. No matter, we're just going to be flipping this over and letting it die, and then using the dead grass as mulch anyway. But I do not recommend going that deep. I wasn't sure how deep the roots of the grass went. Part of the reason the lawn is so fucking stupid is because the roots don't go more than an inch or two into the ground to begin with. Now, if you didn't mow it, the roots would probably go deeper, like prairie grasses do or bunch grasses do. But those roots are not, holding the soil together at all, and they're not preventing runoff. So it's not preventing runoff. They're not holding the soil together. They're not nourishing the microbial life. But either way, I set the blade way too fucking deep. Don't matter. I'm gonna readjust it, and then we're just gonna do what Aaron's doing over here. See, he's just flipping his stuff over, and then we're just gonna use it as a mulch. Because if you just took it away and carted it off, you'd be wasting all that nice biomaterial, all that nice organic material. Then the weeds come in. You'll plant some stuff, then weed seeds will get in there anyway. Down here we also get native weeds, but you can get a lot of invasives in other parts of the country, and they just take over anyway. So we're gonna use it as a mulch. It's a nice mulch, natural weed screen. Then when you need to plant something, you just move it aside, dig around it. Jack, he's old. He's about to be 15. I mean, he don't really know where he is anymore, so I got to keep an eye on him. We'll just check on him. You can see he's sniffing around thinking he's going to find a piece of pepperoni in the grass, but the grass is going, pal. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. It's already coming together, and it did in 15 minutes with that whole bed when we planted that, because I've been helping them out plant this stuff. That took us like an hour. It just makes quick work. It really is worth it. You got to go to Home Depot or one of them damn, shitty bid box places and rent the thing. It's a pain in the ass. It's like 125 bucks. Got to get 3 guys to load this. I don't know how Aaron did it or what, but either way, you got to get, getting here is a fucking pain in the ass once you get it here. And, this whole thing will be done in an hour. See, the lawn knows it's not long for this world, and it's vibrating in fear. Now, the death of the American lawn could very well represent the pivotal turning point in this country's cultural history. I'd still kind of like to think we're headed towards the precipice and the edge of the cliff, but this could very well represent a little glimmer of hope on our way down. Now, as you can see, what Aaron's doing over there is displaying a good Mexican work ethic. He's actually flipping this around. You know, Mexicans and Italians, of course, do have a lot in common. You know, we both like to work shirtless on a lawn. Sometimes you'll see us watering our driveways, etc. But what he's doing now, you can see, he's really making sure he's able to expose those roots to the sun, okay, so that they do roast and they cook and effectively die, you know, because it's going to be 80 degrees here in 2 days. And then we're just going to go ahead and use the 4 or 5 different species of grass that compose that lawn as a mulch. It's basically what it's going to do, protecting the sun from hitting the ground, baking it, and you know, preventing from losing moisture, etc. So, you know, and then we're going to actually come in with the mulch pile and finish the job. Now, the job of turning this stuff over and exposing it to the sun can be a little tricky, especially if you're doing it by hand. So what we're going to do, we've employed this cutter tool. Not really sure what the hell it's used for. I found it in her back. I got a little sharpshooter shovel which would do the same thing, and it's about the same width. But we're just going to go ahead and chop the turf up into sections, and then we're just going to go ahead and flip it, you know, like a couple of Johnny cakes over there. See that? Look at it. There you go. Flip it like that, like a burger. Oh, I didn't cut. You know, there's still some roots. I didn't make a clean cut. You got to make sure you get a clean cut. Oh, let it roast. It'll be dead in a week at most. Just cut it nice and flip it. Get under there with the wedge tool. It's just like flipping burgers. Yeah. Makes it go by quick. Anyway, there's some St. Augustin. That's a native grass, but it likes water. It grows closer to the coast. So not really native to the immediate region. And of course, you got that pain in the ass Bermuda grass. I think that's Cynodon dactylon is the genus and species. Real pain in the ass, invasive all over the world. But you can see those roots barely go deep at all. Nice cross section right there. That's why that's another reason why grass sucks. So even in areas, you know, where you get enough moisture to not have to worry about the water waste, it still doesn't do shit to prevent runoff. You just get shit running off, flooding. The ground doesn't get a chance to really absorb the water, etc. It just runs right off if you got any elevation at all. Just fucking worthless. And then all the shit people spraying it to, the fungicides, pesticides, all that shit runs right into the water, and you end up drinking it and you get cancer 20 years later. Good job. See, look at this sad agave I put in there before we had a chance to rip the lawn up. Just did what I could with a shovel. It's only sad because it was in the shade. All right, it was kind of flimsy. It'll come back. But, you know, I did all I could to make sure that I didn't overcut too much, you know, just what I could get away with on the neighbor's side of the property line, because every little bit helps. Every little extra bit of lawn you get to kill helps. It feels good. I get a spiritual revitalization from doing it. Kill the lawn within yourself. Now, as you could see, we made short work of this. It was about an hour. All right, it's much more of a pain in the ass. Oh, it took twice as long to get the fucking sod cutter, but it's done. Now we're just going to go to Mike Heap's nursery in Harlingen. You pick any native plant nursery near you. You know, make sure you could source your plants first. We don't got to be in a rush because we're using the flipped over sod as a mulch, so the weeds aren't going to move in. And then we're just going to plant the shit out of it. Plant a couple little paths, a spot to chill, you know, spot to lurk. Figure out where we're going to put, you know, a few trees for shade, because you need the shade down here because it gets hot as balls basically 9 months out of the year. And then, you know, in a year, the transformation will be complete. It'll look totally different. You'll hear the nice tree crickets making noise at night like a fucking wave machine. You'll have all kinds of cool pollinators, butterflies and shit in a yard. Kids can come out here, look for, you know, the 3 or 4 different species of lizards we get down here. I like the Texas spiny lizards especially, and it'll be good to go. And then hopefully we'll set a model, you know, spread like a disease. Start getting rid of this sick and twisted cult of the lawn. Right, we live in a desert. It doesn't make sense to have a lawn here especially. That's all I got. Have a great day. Go fuck yourself. Bye.